Thanks so much for coming. I'm sure you guys are ready to hear some more about Jesselyn, and I'm really excited and honored as another fighter to talk with her. So to get started, I want to start with this nickname because I had the privilege of already reading the book, which I hope you guys get after this conversation. But part of the book, in it, you talked about a nickname, and I never got a nickname, and you had two. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my first nickname was Too Cute because I was like, I would always like make these I would like make sounds on the bag when I punched. And my coach's wife would always come in and be like, oh my gosh, she's just too cute. And then my coach was like, you know what? That should be your nickname, Too Cute. And so that was my nickname for like a little while. And then when I went to spar one day, I came out of sparring and like I did so good. And like my hair was a mess. It was like everywhere. It looked like I just woke up. And my coach was like, Jesselyn time, baby. And I was like, oh, that should be my nickname. That's actually really good. And he was like, yeah, so it's Jesselyn Too Cute. And I was like, no, Jesselyn.
Nice. I think it's fitting. It holds a bit more of that power, a little bit more fierce that you have, that we can feel. We got to see some glimpses of that there. But to touch back on this Too Cute, that was when you first were getting started.
Yeah.
And you probably have had this experience too, but the number one question everybody asks is, why boxing? How did you get started into it? So I'm getting it out there first, that way we just get it over with. But it's a good one, so let's hear a little bit.
Well, I actually, when my dad first went to that gym, I actually didn't box for probably a month or two in. And then my dad looked like he was having fun with it a little bit, but at the same time he was getting a little bit tortured because it was hard work. But he looked like he was having fun. So I asked if I could put on a pair of gloves, and then I hit the bag, and I started getting better really quickly. So I was like, you know what, I actually like this. I actually want to start fighting and everything. So then I got put into a sparring match, got beat up, got messed up a little bit. But I just didn't stop, and I kept going. So I knew I had the desire to be great and the desire to keep going in this sport. So that's when it clicked and when I wanted to keep going.
That was a quick version of the story. We're going to break that down. One of the things that you did say in your book that I really liked about seeing your dad at the gym, you said, there's something about a person taking a punch and giving a punch. And you said, I swear you see their soul. There's also a part of kind of this lavender mist, it said, this kind of glow in the room. There's so many people.
So much emotion.
Yeah, there's so much going on in a gym. I mean, some people are, I've trained people and they come in, they've been like, I've been wanting to do this for years, and it just showing up at the gym, to walk into a boxing gym terrifies people. And there you were, in the corner, wanting to do it, wanting to step into it, and being able to see something really special about it. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, when I said there's something about giving a punch and then taking one,
yeah,
it's when you give somebody a punch, it's you feel good about it. But when you get hit with one, it's totally different. At first, it knocks you whoa, I just got hit with that, and to handle that punch to the face is you have to have a will to keep going. You would really want to have to do this because getting hit in the face is not fun, but it's fun to hit somebody in the face. Just saying.
It is, I agree. I'm with you on that. And I think that some of the things people, I don't know, being a boxer, we were just talking, backstage of this, you're, in this, when your head was hurting and hitting it, and people, I'm like, oh, yo, I know what that feels like. It is that lightning strike. You're like, my dad's not gonna get that. So there's, it's inside that being a fighter, getting into the ring, we have kind of an understanding of the sport different than someone who's watching it. So when this, people are always, some people think it's violent, some people don't, with being a fighter, how do you understand that? Even that you had written, you talked in your book about the adrenaline, the excitement of getting in the ring to hurt someone, a stranger, right? But then also that there's a fear that goes with it. So even in this power, this give and take, how do you understand, is boxing violent to you?
I don't think boxing's violent to me because, like, always at the end of the fight, you always hug your opponent. You give them a hug. You say good job. So, like, at the end of the fight, like, you're friends at the end of the day. Like, you guys get cool. You guys trade social media. You guys fight again. You guys see each other at all these tournaments. So, like, but I don't think it's violent because, like, you guys still have, like, this love for each other, like a friendship. So, like, it's not like not all fighters have bad blood and they actually, like, want to hurt each other, like, violently, like, put somebody to sleep type of thing. Like, not everybody wants, like, people want to do that to win, but, like, at the end of the day, like, everybody's cool. Everybody just wants to be friends. So
Yeah, somehow it's not personal in that kind of way. And, there's always, I think, the line like this, fight for respect, right? There's a kind of trust that happens with it. What do you fight for?
I fight just for, like, my family, for people that see me now and, like, that I motivate them. Because, like, I get, like, DMs every day hearing some girl, boy, woman, man, DMing me saying, wow, you're such a motivation. You made me want to get back into the gym. You made me want to start running again. You made me want to keep doing what I do. So, like, I fight for that. I fight for my family because I want to be the first for everything. Like, I want to do everything first. I want to make it to the top. I want to be successful for my family. I want to have them live a nice, sweet, smooth life. And, like, I'm going to make that happen. That's my motivation, to make that happen so we all could be a nice, happy family for me and my family.
I love it. That's some solid motivation, right? Because does that get heavy sometimes, though? It's a lot. If I could be getting DMs every day, like, I'm like, yo, I don't want to get up and run today. These people are telling me you're motivating me to run. I'm not even running. Does it get
Facts, I hate running.
Does that get heavy for you? Does that feel... Does it feel weight for you? You're managing, you're good?
I mean, yeah, like, I'm not on Instagram every day. I don't have my own telephone. I have my own Instagram on my dad's phone.
Okay.
But, like, we set limits to it. Like, my dad sets limits to it. So, like, I don't think social media is my life type of thing.
Good.
So, like, my dad manages it for me. He posts things. It's not always me on it.
Nice.
So,
That's helpful. You need that kind of management.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your training schedule? What is a national champion? What does that training schedule look like?
Training is just 5 or 6 days a week. We sometimes take weekends off, or, like, we spar on weekends. So we train 5 or 6 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day, and running, boxing, a lot of boxing, mitt work, bag work, and just conditioning and stuff, just to stay in tune, get ready for these tournaments and stuff. And, like, when I'm getting ready in, like, camp mode, I try to take the minimum days off because, like, you need to be set for that tournament to win and, like, defend yourself.
Can we talk about sparring for a second?
Yeah.
It's an intense schedule. So I want to go back to, because you gave us that really quick, this was my fighting career, right? Now I'm here, I'm a national champion. But that first sort of sparring session, I remember mine. I wish I didn't have to remember it. I was like, I cried. I went to the bathroom. I just was like, yo, what was that tornado blast that just happened? I don't even know my name right now. What is going on? Tell us about yours. What was that? Because it's really brave, and you got in with a boy for the first time.
Yeah, it was really tough. Like, but, like, it was like, it, like, knock some sense into you, though, like, to tell you if, like, are you sure you want to do this type of thing? Like, your first sparring is, like, something that, like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you sure you want to put yourself through all this hard work, all these punches to your face and stuff? So my first sparring, I went in there 7 years old, 7-year-old little Jess.
You're 13 now.
Yeah, I'm 13. And I was probably the same height, just saying. And the kid that I was sparring, I think was, like, maybe 10 years old, 11, 12, something like that, I forgot. And he was heavier than me, like way heavier than me, taller than me, and he had experience. And I went in, and he's like this giant kid. And I'm just looking over there. At first, I'm like, yo, I got this. I hear my dad saying, Jess, you got this, Jess. And then my coach saying, all right, it's just 1.5 minutes. Don't worry about it. We do as many rounds as you can go. And so I get in, bell rings, ding, ding. And he comes at me slow. So I'm like, you know what? I got this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And so I go, boom, 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 punch him in his face. And then he comes back, pow, pow, hard punches straight to my face. I'm like, I start crying right there. I was not expecting that. He really knocked something into me. Like, do I really want to do this? And so at the end of the round, my coach kept telling me, you want to quit, you want to quit. Mm-hmm. And I would say no. Like, I did not have that desire to quit. Like, in my family, my dad, me, my family, we always say Silvas never quit. Like, we never quit. We always have the desire to win, that desire to keep doing what we do and try to be great at it. Like, be great at anything we do.
So even though you kind of felt that surprise,
Mm-hmm.
that unexpectedness, it was like your will was like, doesn't matter if I'm crying. Like,
Yeah.
this is new. I got this. I'm not stepping out of this ring. That's awesome. And did you feel, with those first punches, did you feel, these were questions I always love asking fighters, because it's, some people think that they want to do this, and then they punch somebody, they're like, oh, I didn't like punching somebody.
When I punch somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Just saying. That's fun. I know it's not a nice thing to say, but, like, it's fun.
Yeah. And you spar mostly with boys,
yeah.
right? And why?
Because there's not a lot of girls. We have this one girl in the gym. She's been getting better, like, sparring with me, her brother, all these people. So, like, we have a girl coming up that I spar a lot. I spar, like, boys. I spar this national champ, Manny Fresh, Emmanuel Chance. And he's really good. He's a national champion in, like, 4 different divisions. Mm-hmm. He's really good. He's really fast. He's slick. So, like, that helps a lot. And even though he gets the best of me sometimes, he still helps me, like, get better. And, like, all these boys help me get better. Their strength, their speed, everything, their experience, like, that helps me get better. And at the same time, I help them get better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a special, tell me a little bit about that relationship. For me, it was really, that kind of bond is really specific.
Well, like, boxers to boxers
type
of bond? Yeah, like, I have a lot of teammates that are, like, big brothers that I never wanted type of thing. Like, they're so annoying. Like, they get on me for everything. Like, they be like, Jess, what are you doing? You want me to tell your dad? Or they be like, Jess, why are you talking? You want me to tell your dad? And, like, I feel like, okay, relax. Or, like, I hate when, like, we're shadow boxing sparring. Uh-huh. And, like, they just hold my head. Like, that is so annoying. Like, they're just holding my head. And I'm like, bro, let go of me. And, like, I slap their hand off my head. They're so annoying sometimes. But, like, it is a special bond. Like, they're, like, family to me. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it would be the opposite, right? You're out there just hitting each other, but it's like it's a closer, unspoken friendship, I think, than anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I also sparred mostly with guys, and then I would commute like you do, travel somewhere, like, oh, this girl can spar, just to get some work in. And I remember when I first got in the ring, and it was the first time I ever hit a girl, I was like, yo, why? This is way different.
Easier, by the way.
Tell us about that. What's the difference? And was that jarring for you at all?
Since, like, boys are, like, naturally stronger, I guess. So, like, with the first time I got in with a girl, she wasn't really doing much because it was my first fight. Like, she was just standing there.
And it was her first fight, too?
Yeah, it was her first fight, too. And, like, I was doing a lot. Like, I was hitting her like crazy. So, like, I was surprised. Like, she's not hitting me back. Like, she's not really throwing anything. Or, like, when she would, like, it wouldn't even touch me because I'm so used to the boys being faster and stronger and all that than the girls. So, like, every time I would go with a girl, it's like, whoa, this is way easier than being in with a boy. Like, yeah, I train a lot with boys, so it's easier.
And in that specific fight, when, and even as it has continued, when you're really winning and you're, like, defeating your opponent, do you ever feel like yourself pulling back, or, like, when you're going, do you have inside you, do you just keep going?
Like, in a fight, like, when I'm fighting somebody and I know I'm winning, it depends what I do. Like, if it's a fight, like if it's a fight, I'm not holding back.
Okay.
Like in a fight, I'm not holding back at all. I cannot let these judges do nothing. I can't let them rob me.
Yeah.
Can't let them take this from me. This is
Yeah.
all me. So I keep going. But like in sparring, if I know like I'm destroying somebody, like I'm doing like putting some hard punishment on them, I'll put my hands down like that and like play with them, and then or I'll just bounce around and like just jab them in the face when they come to me. But yeah, that's what I do. But like in fights, I just keep going no matter what.
Yeah. Awesome. And what's some of that mental, in your book you talk about like fighter mode, you know, and kind of curious, like what's that mental preparation? Because you do all this training preparation, it's physical, you know, you get that confidence, and a fighter knows, you know, sometimes it's like, I remember when I went, my coach is like, are you nervous? I'm like, no, because I know I did everything I could to be here. I'm ready, you know? So, but there's also, I think, like a mental space, you know, there's those nerves or being in the light.
You always get butterflies in your stomach before fights.
You do?
Yeah, I always do. But like, once I step into that corner, it's like, all right, I'm here. I did everything I needed to do to be here. I train hard. And yeah, so like, and like fighting, you have to have a different mentality. Like you have to be ready to take that punch, to be quick, to protect yourself at all times.
And how do you turn that on? We have these awesome fighters in the front row. They need to, like, what's that dial? Is there something you say to yourself? Is it just being in that context? Like, how do you get Jesilla to the floor, right? How does she come up?
Just like think about all the hard work I put in. Like, why did I put it in for? Like, what did we do this hard work for? Like, not to lose, not to get robbed, like just to keep working. Like, the way I get into my like zone. Yeah. I just remember like Jess, like you worked really hard since 7 years old. You what's that word, like you sacrificed a lot of time. You when you were in like second grade, you weren't going to birthday parties and stuff. You were in the gym grinding to get to where you want to be. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I went to birthday parties and stuff, but like that's what I remember. Like, but like I didn't go to a lot. So like I just remember me grinding in the gym, working hard. So like I know that I wanna win. I put in all this hard work to win, not to lose, not to get robbed.
And what happens if you do lose?
I cry.
You do?
I cry. I'm not gonna lie, I cry.
In private, in public?
My first loss, I cried right there. Like,
you did?
Right there. I tried to hold it in, but right when I got out, my dad was already there, ready to give me a hug, because he knew I was about to start crying. He was right there. Me walking down those steps, I ran, I hugged him, I cried. I cried I was so tight. I was so mad. Oh my gosh. But like I get so mad. But like I learned how to hold it in, And like, so like just like go back to the gym, get back to the drawing board and do work even harder than you did before to win.
And you hit the gym the next day? Do you take some time off after a fight? What does that look like?
If it's a tournament I lose, I obviously have to take some time off because like I'm all the way out there. But like if it's a one-night show, I'll take that weekend because sometimes weekends I don't like work out. Monday I'll be right back in the gym, working hard. So like I don't really take days off after one-night shows. But like tournaments, I'll take like probably like a day or two off. But like if I win tournaments, that's like a week off. That's a week.
And a lot of food.
Yeah, food.
Because you mentioned in there the weigh-ins, right? And it's like, I still know, I don't have to like, before I get on a scale, I know how much I weigh.
Yeah, the trial scale, yeah.
It's obsessive.
Yeah.
How's that going?
My weight right now?
Well, just like that, managing the weight, thinking about the weight, not getting obsessed, being ready, you know, for it. Because in your book you talk about, it's like you gotta put on weight. You know, it's like shifting kind of between the weights, making sure.
Yeah.
Because what I want to talk more about too is like being a girl fighting these fighters, and that in some way you're really willing to jump around a bit to make sure when they find a girl fighter, you're like, cool, she's more experienced, done, I'm there, I don't care.
Like what I do is like I just try to stay around weight. Sometimes it's hard because like I'm still a kid too. Like I like to eat. Yeah. I'm still growing, but like that's not an excuse. Like I still gotta stay on weight. I can't be eating like crazy. But like I like to eat. I love food. But like what I do to stay on weight is just run, try to run, even though I hate it. Run, do what I gotta do, go to the gym, just normal stuff until like I know that I'm about to fight this girl. Like I just get my boxing stuff in soon, especially if I'm already on weight. Like just get boxing on soon.
And within at school, before you were known as like the girl boxer, right? If they where are things with that now? What's that experience as? Because now everybody's kind of getting a bit older too, as you are.
I mean,
Kids around you.
Nobody really minds no more. Like when it first started, everybody was like on my case about it. Like everybody was in my business about it, and like kids, like they didn't accept it at first because especially like the boys, even though they don't do it, like don't talk if you can't do it. Like you over here playing what? Basketball with your friend. It's not the same thing as boxing.
Yeah.
Like boxing is absolutely different. Like you have to like get hit to give a punch. Like you get hit back. Basketball, you don't get hit back. I mean, you get nudged and stuff, but like that's not as bad. But like people weren't accepting it, but like now people like don't really care. Like kids don't really care no more. They know me as that already.
Where did that strength come from? There's a lot of strength, right? You like wear strength. That is you. You know, it's like not only from that courage of wanting to, you know, see your dad box, wanting to step up in that, but I imagine it had to be hard to like maintain that armor of confidence with a lot of, you know, not having a companion, like a friend who's like, no, well, me and so box, you know, kind of a little bit of a team with it, but really independently, you know, taking those kind of jabs at school every day, like why you box, you know, and whether people wanted to come support you and, you know, your friends coming up or not, or how do you think, or what was some of the mental experience you had to really keep that drive?
Like, even, like, the drive, like, kids, like, hitting me, like, with that type of negativity.
Yeah.
To keep it, like, I just thought about, like, what do I want to do? Like, I don't care what. Like, at the same time, I cared a little bit because, like, I was still young. I cared. But, like, now that I think about it, like, I should have never really cared about that. Like, it's what I want to do at the end of the day. Like, whatever makes me happy. Like, if I want to do boxing and I think I could get somewhere with it, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to pursue it. But then to keep my confidence, I just thought, like, about my family, about what I wanted to do. My dad would encourage me. I would tell my dad everything that
I was
happened.
gonna ask you were able to kind of communicate some of that to your dad, like, yo,
Yeah,
they're
my
saying
dad.
this to me at school, and what was
Yeah, he'll just tell me, like, he'll tell me to ignore them. Like,
Okay.
do what you do. Keep doing what you love to do. Because, like, they're not going to be there in the future. Like, they're your acquaintances right now. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to always be there for you.
So your dad's really been there with you. I see you guys as a team. Sometimes even when you're talking, you say we, you know, like, and what's that relationship like?
Me and my dad are really close. Like, we have a really close bond. Ever since I was little, I would always go everywhere with my dad. I'll tag along any way possible. If he's going to any of his friends' houses, I always ask, hey, Poppy, can I come with you? Can I come with you? And, of course, he has to say yes because I'm his little girl. So
Now he's asking to come with you, right?
yeah, I guess. But, yeah, so, like, me and my dad are really close. Like most of my family and me are really close, like the ones that live in Jersey. Like, I have a lot of family that lives in Florida, so, like, the, like, family that I have around me where I live, like, we're all really close. Like, we all want to stick together because, like, we're the closest family that we have right now.
And so does some of this boxing and your commitment and your strength, do you feel like that helps bring, kind of bond your family a bit together?
I mean, some of my family, like, my grandma and, like, I don't know, maybe some other people in my family, they don't really, like, appreciate me doing it. But, like, at the same time, if that makes me happy, they're going to let me pursue it. Like, my grandma, like, she doesn't really like it because, like, I'm her granddaughter, I'm her baby, I'm her, like, little girl, I'm her first grandchild. So, like, she, like, wants not to see me get hit in the face. She doesn't want to see me get hurt. Like, she came to one of my fights before, and, like, she left.
Just
She
couldn't watch
left.
it.
She left the second round. She was like, we even got a whole table in the front for the fight, and she leaves. She was so scared. Yeah,
didn't
like
want to see
it's
you
not
get
a big
hit.
deal. Like I mean, like I'm in there. You're not. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
I think that's one of those, because when I had read that too in your book, it was like, yeah, there's that. My brother also did like MMA, and like my mom could never watch him. But then once, and at first before I was a fighter, I couldn't watch him. But then once I got in the ring, then I'm like, I get it. Now you can watch it, But it,
Yeah, I mean, like it's not like as bad as it looks. Like
Yeah.
when you're in there, you don't feel nothing. Like your adrenaline's pumping, like so fast, like so much. Like you just want to keep going. Like you don't care what you get hit with. Like it's like crazy.
there were times I felt something for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me. I don't feel nothing.
That's why you're the national champ, though. Come on. One of the other things I was so impressed with was this dream list that you had, and that started really young. Where did this? Because I really believe in that power of manifestation, right? And like especially in writing stuff down. And then reading it, I was like, 7 years old. How did she know this magic? You're like writing it down. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Like crossing things off. Where did that come from?
I mean, I just like, I don't know. It's just like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was just like, I just like had this dream calendar. I was thinking about a calendar because I know I was thinking about a calendar because like I wanted to like keep track of the days it takes me to like do this and do that. But at the same time, I wanted somewhere to put my dreams on. So I just made my own, and like I got a piece of paper, put a bunch of lines on it, numbers, title, messy, and just like started crossing out days, put it in my locker, in my gym locker, and every day I'll cross it out. Then one day my dad's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's my dream calendar." And he's like, "Oh wow, that's cool." And then he looks at it and it says, to win the Junior Olympics, to become professional, to go to the 2024 Olympics and all that, and like win my first fight. And it was like, it was cool. I still have them. I think I'm pretty sure I still have one in my desk somewhere.
Good, you got to keep it. That manifestation, it works. You're seeing it. You're seeing it work. And I know one of the ones you added was a sponsor, to have get some sponsorship. And I was really impressed because I know you have within this being first and being great, a lot of it is about bringing more visibility to female boxers. And talk about that a little bit, because it's even like you're able to start to see more of like even a business trajectory of it. Okay, like what are other athletes?
Yeah.
How are they getting more visibility, and looking for ways you could bring that kind of visibility to the sport?
Yeah, like I already want to have my own promotional company. I want to have my own like what's that called? Like your own like, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it's like your own like company, like your own company, like type of thing. Like I want to start that, like my own clothing line with my brand on it, my own stuff, and like, yeah, I forgot what was the rest I was gonna say.
That's okay. We'll get there. So, but just in terms of too, like with that, the visibility, is there any other?
Oh yeah, that's what. Cause like also I want to start this because like, if you have this like publicity and all that, you'll be known. Cause like women in boxing right now, people don't really like pay attention. They don't really think we're as tough.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because we're women. Like I feel like they think that because like, and like we see it because like women professionals, like they're complaining about their pay, and like how people like such as Clarissa Shields, like she's complaining about that. She's complaining about how people aren't like at like respecting what we do, and like.
And Clarissa Shields won the first Olympic gold medal in women's boxing in London, right? And she has 2 medals or 3?
I think it's 2.
Okay, because you're gonna get 3. Okay.
Some goals change.
Okay.
But yeah, so like that's what I feel about it. Like I just felt like if I was like known and stuff, I would help break barriers for women's boxing, for the younger generation than me coming up, or like even like the older generation, to break barriers up there too, because I know that'll help like everybody.
And what do you think? Because I know there's a lot of like title boxing gyms now. Like there's more women who are going to it, and I think some of these kinds of classes are where it's like a group class, there's like all these bags, there's not like a spotlight on them. When I was teaching, it was like a bit smaller, more intimate spaces, or like I said, walking into like a, which we know they smell, boxing gyms. And
some of them, not all of them.
not all, mine did. So some of that intimidation, I think some of like, what's your view on some of the, like a title boxing gym, like those guys? Do you feel like those help motivate the sport for women?
Like gyms like that are out there and known. I really don't know. Like me personally, I don't like to be in a class.
Yeah.
Like I like to just like me, my coach, and maybe my dad or whatever. That's it. Like just us, and like we're training, we're doing what we gotta do. Like I don't. Me personally, I don't like being in a class and like hidden. I just like I like being out there. I don't know why. I'm just an out there type of person.
So you feel like with some of the visibility in terms of opening it up for female is your skill, your personality, having some like sponsorship, kind of like apparel that goes with it, and amping it up, whether it's on social media or press, having a management team to kind of push it forward, right?
Yeah. Like I also want to open my own gym too, like become a trainer and all that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So your goals, you said they're kind of redefining, they're shifting a little bit. I like that, right? Because you're evolving, you're growing. And one of the ways I noticed really interesting growth that I connected to in your book was that you had said that you got rid of kind of the crazies, right? Going into the ring. And I mean, my whole thing was like, I just wanted to knock somebody out. So I was just like a power punch. I was like, forget about any dancing.
Yeah.
I just want one punch and I want to see you down.
Yeah.
And then after that happened, I was like, cool, that's over, now what? And it became something else. And you kind of talked about that a little bit. So what's this crazies into this other kind of this thinking of boxing?
Like at first, like I wanted to get all these gold medals. I want to do all these things. I want to turn pro for a long time. I want to have a super long career. Now, I just want to do what I got to do, go to my house, sit back, Netflix, Hulu, whatever, chill. And, like, now I just want to go to the Olympics, one gold medal, and then turn professional, get my WBC belt, maybe be undisputed, and then finish it off.
I like that. It looks like you're on the trajectory for that. And again, there's a lot more going on in this book. And there's one thing that I think fighters always know is that you can't judge a book by its cover, right? We can go in there and be like, because this person looks huge, they're gonna tear my face, and you have to like, they don't got nothing. But if we were gonna judge you as a book by your cover, how would you describe yourself?
Like inside of the ring or outside of the ring?
Let's do both. Let's do outside the ring first, and then we can leave it off on inside the ring.
Outside of the ring, I'm a very open person. I'm out there. I put myself out there all the time. I'm friendly. Like I'll like if like you get to know me, I'll be able to get to know you. Like I like talking to people. I like to talk a lot, like a lot. Like there was at one point on my report cards, they'll say excessive talking, and my dad was like, "You better change that, because it's not helping." But it's changed now. But like I like to talk. I like to be friendly and all that. And then inside the ring, it's a totally different person. I'm just ready to take you back to school. I want to punish you. I want to, like, teach you a lesson. Don't mess with me. Like, you want the smoke, you'll get the smoke.
Your hands are doing the talking there.
You'll get the smoke. Don't worry. You'll get it. So, like, in the ring, I'm, like, really focused. Nothing's going to stop me. And, like, even at times when the coach would be like, time, I forget about that, and I'm just still punching. And I'm like, time. Oh, shoot, time. And I'm like,
that's
sorry.
Something, right, right.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's how I am inside and outside of the ring.
Well, there's so much more to get into, but we're going to open up some conversation and some questions from the audience and see if there's anything that they want to ask. Otherwise, I always have more.
Okay, cool.
Thanks so much, Cheryl and Jesselyn. Like she said, we're going to go ahead and open it up to questions. We've got a couple of mics circulating around, so go ahead and raise your hand. Before we get started, though, please make sure to speak into the mic and keep your questions brief so we can get to everyone. Let's start right over here.
Jesselyn, you are very articulate and wonderful.
Thank you.
You have changed, I'm sure, a great deal in 6 years since you've been?
Mm-hmm.
I want to throw you a curveball. How has your father changed?
My father, how has he changed?
Yes.
I don't think he's changed a lot, actually. He's probably changed, he's still the same dad, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain how has he changed. Like, that's kind of hard. Like, he's still my loving dad who's like still I'm his baby girl. I don't know, how's he changed? That's a hard question. I don't know.
I mean, it could be that he's just still always been there. And
Yeah, he's just always been there.
He hasn't moved
yeah.
while you changed.
Yeah, he's always been there. He's never given up on me. He always tells me, though, like, keep doing what you got to do. That's never changed. He's always telling me to keep pursuing what you got to do. Be great at everything you got to do. Like, nothing's really changed about him. And, like, that way, I don't see anything else different.
Yeah. Thanks.
Great. Let's go right back here.
Thank you so much for the conversation. I'm curious, what does your path to the Olympics look like, and how are you going to get there?
My path to the Olympics, it's going to be a hard journey. I know that. I'm going to have some ups and downs. I'm going to have some thorns in the way, but I'm just going to climb over. Like, I need to go through trials. I need to win all these nationals to get onto the team. I need to get on the USA team. I need to keep winning those tournaments, and then I get to the actual trials to get into the Olympics. Then I win the Olympics.
Love it. Hard work and persistence,
Yes.
right? The will, the heart, that's how you get there. Maybe up here.
Before you started this journey to the Olympics, what was your real biggest dream?
Wait, could you repeat that?
What was your real biggest dream?
My biggest journey?
Dream. Yeah.
I mean, when I was younger, I was always writing. So I always wanted to write a book. I always wanted to be an author. And I liked acting. I liked to change my voice. I liked to act like I was somebody else. That's why that was my biggest dream.
Accomplished.
One.
Next, they're coming up quick.
Let's go right down here.
Hi. So at your age, and are you fighting in your tournaments just girls or other girls, or boys and girls?
In tournaments,
Yeah.
it is only girls in my weight division and in my age bracket. So right now, I'm a 95-pound intermediate female, which is 13 and 14-year-olds, and it's only girls. Sparring, you're allowed to spar, and boys and girls, doesn't matter.
Any other questions out there?
Yeah.
Got one right here.
You didn't say much about school. How do you manage to keep your grades up with all this work?
School's actually really well. I'm an honor roll student. I get very good grades. I'm an A/B student, yeah. Actually, this year I'm about to be high honors, which is all A's right now, and I manage it just by staying focused on school first. School's always first, and then I go to the gym when I have a chance. Like, homework is before the gym or early in the morning. You wake up early to do your homework if you don't finish it that night. So that's how I manage. schoolwork.
We have a question right here in the front.
So training can get grueling. There are no doubt days you don't want to do it. How do you get yourself up to do it every single day?
I've had those days of like I don't want to go to the gym at all. Like I just want to lay down, sleep. But like I think like there's days where like when I don't want to do it, and the way I get up to do it is just like I want to make these goals. Like I want to get to the 2024 Olympics. To get to the 2024 Olympics, I'm not going to get there by slacking off. I'm not going to get there by not working hard. So I just get my butt up off my bed. I go do what I got to do. And when I come back home, sleep, do what I want to do after the gym. Gym's important. School's important. Got to do what's important first.
It's like, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Right? Got another one.
Looks like we've got one right back here.
Cool. Then we have one more in front too.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Let's head back here and then we'll go out. Hi. So you've said a lot about your dad and your relationship with your dad, but you haven't said anything about your mother or whether you have other siblings and how that dynamic might be going on.
I have 2 other siblings. I have a little sister that's 5 years old, and I have a younger brother that's 10. And my dad's a single parent. I see my mother on weekends, and yeah, we just hang out on weekends and stuff.
You have another one up front?
Right here in the front, yeah.
About your conditions and when you're in the ring, do you get scared or you just go with it?
Like in the ring? In the ring, I just go with it. Like, it's not a scary experience. Like, your first time, you'll probably be nervous. But, like, once you get in and once you do it, once you finish that first time, it's not scary at all, in my opinion. I don't know how anybody else is. Like, but my first time, I was a little nervous. You guys know I got beat up. I got punished. But I came right back. And, like, I did it again. I was just getting better with it. But, like, to me, it's not scary. I don't get scared no more. It's just nervous. And then once you get in that corner, you stomp for those judges. And that's it.
Do you hear your coach when you're in the ring, or like when you're fighting? Do you know? Because is it like it's just you? Do you hear the coach? Do you think about anything? Are you listening for what they might be yelling out, or what's some of that? Because I think that can also connect to that. Like, how do you push through that?
I hear the people that I know. Okay. So like my coach, I have a connection with him where I hear him no matter what, and he's really loud. So I think anybody will hear him. But I hear him and my dad. I hear my dad. Like, he might not get loud, but, like, you could hear him. Like, you could hear his tone. You could hear him from anywhere. And my coach, too. But, like, you'll hear him say, let's go, Jess. Let's go, Jess. Oh, my God, Jess. Like, he'll be telling me what to do. But, like, sometimes I really don't pay attention to what they're saying, even though I could hear him. Because I feel like I know what I'm doing. Like, sometimes I know what I'm doing already. I see what I need to do. But sometimes my coach says things that, like, needs to be done. So when I hear him say things that I haven't done yet, then I do it.
Is there a specific coaching style that works for you, that you respond to? Like positive motivation, negative, or do you're just there?
I just listen.
Okay.
I could hear you no matter what. Even if you cursing or whatever, I could still hear you. If you telling me, come on, Jess, you got this, whatever, you got this, 1, 2, 1, 2, like, I could still hear you. I could hear you no matter what. Like, anything, I could hear you.
And that relationship with your coach, is it like, what is that? Is it important to you know that, like, he believes in you no matter what? Or could that be in and out? It doesn't matter because, like, you got you and you're going to, talk about that a little bit.
I like to know that people believe in me. I like to know that my dad believes in me. I like to know that my coach believes in me. I like to know when somebody believes in me, because, like, if they don't, then you're wasting my time, your time, if you don't believe in me.
Yeah.
But me and my coach, like, our connections, like, he's trained me since my first fight.
Okay.
So, like, my first fight, he was in my corner. So I known him since my first fight. I've had other coaches in my corner for other fights, but, like, him, I could hear him. Other coaches, I can't hear them until I get into the corner, so they can but I hear them. I hear him.
We have a question here in the front.
And this will be our last
is your
question. Oh, we'll do one more after.
What is your record?
My record, I know I have 7 losses, and I think I have 13 wins. Yeah, 13-7.
Awesome. So we've got one more question. Afterwards, please join Jesselyn in the second floor lobby on the south wall for her book signing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesselyn and Sheila, for being here. You're both highly motivating, and I was very curious to see you both, and you're way up there for me.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I was wondering, how do you process what you're going through? You said you're a talker, you're an actress, but you're a writer. Do you keep a journal like I do every day to process what happened during the day or in the morning?
Yeah, like if something happens in the day that I find interesting or that gets me mad or that gets me sad, I write it down. I write it down in my iPad, or I just write it in an actual journal. So just have it written down just to take out the emotion, or just to know that this happened, and it could be motivating one day. It could motivate me to do something extra. No problem.
Well, thanks so much again. Thank you for all that you shared, and know that
Thank
you
you.
have.
Thank you.
You got a lot of people believing in you, so good luck on all those dreams.
Uh-huh.